Problem 1. Problem 2. So whenever I get back here soon, we are going to go to the farm. We're going to remove the tank from the Haggie. What's going on is there's some cracks underneath the frame mount, or for the frame mount on the Haggie. So we're going to remove the mounts off the Haggie, so then that, or remove the tank off the Haggie, so then that way we can put, or re-weld it, put it all back together, and then put the tank back on it. Ross is already, or supposed to have already been taking the Haggie apart, taking the side railing off, taking the hoses off the tank, some stuff like that needs to be done before we can remove the tank. So we are going, whenever we get back here in a minute, we're going to go ahead and do that. We also got a semi in the shop that we got to take the bulkhead out of an axle, which is not that big of a job. It's not that hard. It's pretty easy to do, pretty simple, but it's a lot of work, so we're going to try and get it done. Hopefully we can get it done today and get the next project on the move. I got some food for thought on this fight. Well, it's basically afternoon now. Just went to a meeting and they discussed a lot of stuff, talking about grain bins, dicamba, and multiple different things. One thing that I feel that farmers are misunderstanding, or that we need to start to understand, is as time goes on, we are going to get more and more things pushed onto us that we have to follow. More and more regulations, more and more, a little bit of everything. It's just something that we have to, that we're always dealing with, that we've always had to deal with and always will have to deal with, is more regulations. Because as time goes on, people start to get different morals, and you get the whole idea behind it. But I was just in a meeting and they was talking about dicamba and having a date set. It is not completely passed as of right now. By the time this video comes out, it might be passed, but who knows. It is not officially passed through legislation yet that we can only spray dicamba before June 20th. We can't spray it after June 20th. That date has not passed yet, and a lot of these people that we're going to these meetings and seeing are pushing it on to us like it has been already done. I feel as though it's not done yet. I know it's not done yet. I know it's not passed legislation as of right now. And I feel it's something that maybe needs to be a little bit more looked into. I feel as though before they start saying this to people, they need to be like, well, here's what's going on. This might happen. It hasn't happened yet. And then they need to send out a letter whenever it does happen. It's just a little bit of a food for thought kind of moment. Another thing is Grain Bin Safety Week is also this week. Grain Bin Safety Week should cover grain bin safety, not grain quality. I feel as though grain bin safety is something that is very underdetermined and not talked about enough. I feel as though we need to be talking about a lot more than what we are. So maybe at your next meeting or something that you're at your next applicator meeting, your next grain bin meeting, whatever you got, just raise your hand and bring up the fact of the matter that maybe we should discuss grain bin safety for a minute. Because I did that. I raised my hand and I asked them, what can we do to protect ourselves better in the grain bin? Grain bins are very dangerous, for one. They are very they're not the safest things that farmers have. So it's just something that you need to think about, and something that always needs to be put in our heads at the beginning of the year before we start getting in grain bins and start getting around them a lot over the summer, and just ways to protect us. That's something I will stand behind, and that I will continue to stand behind, is safety. Safety is a huge thing on the farm. It's not something that every farmer does just because of time restraints and everything like that. So please just bring that up at your next meeting to talk about farm safety or grain bin safety or something like that, just for a minute two. It doesn't take long at all just to remind the other farmers in the room that we do have issues. We all make accidents and we all make mistakes. So, yep, that's my food for thought, but let's go ahead and get back to the farm. So guys, it's late at night and I'm back at the farm again. We had an issue out in the elevator and we all had to just kind of scurry and run out of the shop and go out to the elevator. So I figured I'd come back in here and show you guys exactly what's going on here in the shop today, because yeah, we got a couple of different things going on. Needless to say, this truck, we had to take the hog head out of it. It's right here. This is a hog head for the axle. Your two shafts slide in right there on the sides. They go right in there, lock in, and then that is where your basically your drive shaft comes in here, spins that gear spins a planetary gear in the back, and then that planetary gear spins this big gear then spins these little ones then spin these shafts that then spin the tires. So what happened here is, if you can see there, that is absolutely shredded all the way around. That gear is. There's probably some damage in the back planetary gear too, as well as there's some nicking in that gear. So not too bad, but this is where the planetary is. We never took it apart. So what that hog head does is it sits down in here and it goes in between these two. There's a drive shaft there in the front, there's a drive shaft back here, and it basically divides that power into these two front wheels, and then also puts power to these two back wheels. So this is the same thing. We actually had to rebuild this one not that long ago. So this one has been rebuilt on the back axle here, but this front one hasn't. And as you can see there, there's all kinds of chunks of stuff in there. We'll have to clean all that out. Hopefully we'll get that all cleaned out and send that off to get it rebuilt, and we will have it back pretty quickly. It shouldn't take all that long to get them rebuilt. It never really does. But now we'll go ahead and we'll get to what you guys are probably the most interested in. Why is there no tank on the Haggie sprayer? Yeah. Okay, so Ross decided he wanted to go a little bit hog wild whenever he was spraying this year, and there's supposed to be a piece of metal there for the tank to mount. This one we believe is fine back here. This one has a slight crack in it, right up in there. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. It's a really tiny crack. And then this one here has a pretty good size crack in it. And it's even cracked right up there too, I think. So that has to be fixed. It's also getting an oil change. Apparently, according to Ross, it was not that hard to change or to take the tank off the Haggie, so why not do it again? But we used the boom truck, and we used the boom truck to pick it up out of the top of the sprayer, pick it up, and then we can basically, with the boom truck, we can move it basically wherever we want to. So that's why we use the boom truck instead of like the forklift. The forklift would be very hard to do because the forklift doesn't even go that high. So they use chains to do that. The other thing about this tank is this is a stainless steel tank, so it'll have to be tigged, but there's some cracks on it. There's one crack there, another crack there. Not sure if you guys can really see that or not, but there's a couple cracks there. There's another one there, small one right there, another one there, and then there's one on the other side here. Right there. So thankfully the tank did not wind up on the ground, and thankfully that we did not actually bust a hole in the side of the tank. So basically what we think had happened is that tank was in there, something happened with it, it got stressed, but probably because it's a 1,400 gallon tank, and it cracked just the base. Now May I remind you that what's circular here is what the tank is. So basically all the way around down there is the tank. So this right here is just for the tank to sit on. So thankfully it did not crack all the way off. I doubt it would have, but it's a very good possibility at the point we was at with that thing. So I don't know, I haven't really looked up here yet. Ross is doing a full service on it. I haven't really looked up here yet to see if there's anything else cracked or torn up here. It looks to be fine. We'll probably put new pads in here. You can see one of the pads sitting right there. Yeah, see, that's got a nice old crack in it there. That one's missing a piece right about there. So yeah, it's weird seeing this thing without a tank on it, that's for sure. But yeah, it was a pretty interesting ordeal. I wish I could have got it on video, but sadly I didn't. I'll get us putting it back in. That'll be even better. Wow. It was probably a lot of work. I wasn't here, so sadly I missed it, but I'll get to see him put it back in. The field cultivator, all we're doing now is we're waiting on parts for the field cultivator. That's the main thing about it. We're waiting on parts for it to get done. See what else is going on. Oh, we gotta start doing wheat here soon too. That's another project that we gotta do. We gotta start getting the Haggie, or getting the John Deere sprayer ready to go spray wheat. We leave the floaters on it whenever the wheat's like this tall because you aren't gonna hurt it. But whenever it gets taller and we start worrying about putting harmony over the top of it, we'll use the Haggie, because whenever we do that first apply, it'll just be nitrogen. So I just looked because I knew that we was close. I knew that we was like this close, and we literally just rolled across 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. That is big for me and Ross. Big things to come for 2020, or for the rest of the year, but we have made it in 1 year. So my goal was to hit like 1,000 by the end of, or in 1 year of doing it. So I guess now my goal for 2 years, since you guys exceeded that expectation, obviously, I guess what we'll do then is we're gonna hit 20,000 by this time next year. Yes. By the time that this video is posted, let's try for 20.
Hang on, currently February 18th.
Whenever it's posted.
Oh yeah. No.
It'll be March the 3rd when this video is posted. But anyways, instead, tomorrow, whenever you guys are expecting more National Farm Machinery Show footage, you're now going to see a rewind video of 2019 that I have put together and spent a lot of time on. So I hope you guys enjoy it, because I have been keeping my computer, because it's been broken for who knows how long. So yeah. We hit 10,000 subscribers though, so we are going to make another goal for 20, and hopefully we hit 20 by the end of the year. There's a reason I edit all these videos. Anyways, me and Ross are just so ecstatic right now. 10,000 subscribers. That's 10,000 people that want to watch us all the time. That is insane.
I don't know. 10,000 people want to watch me.
But I went to a high school. With like 600 people in it. So whenever I hit 1,000 subscribers, it was a big thing to me. Like, our town's not very big. Our town's about, what, roughly 30,000 people. Yeah. And like, really, it's just amazing to me. It's just amazing to me that you guys enjoy this stuff. I enjoy doing it. So therefore, we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep bringing you guys quality content. Maybe Ross will break something again like what he done here. And you guys get this. That's your quality content, remember?
Yeah, I know. I give him the quality content, and never uses it.
So, yeah, but there'll be a lot more stuff break. There's always stuff that breaks on this farm.
Me breaking stuff in the 2019 rewind.
No, there actually isn't. It's all drone footage, and it's really cool drone footage.
Okay.
Are you excited to watch it?
Yeah, I kind of am, but they're not gonna want to watch it because they didn't break anything.
I actually have not showed anybody this video. I am the only one that's watched this video.
No, I hadn't even seen it.
Yeah, Ross hasn't seen it. Ross usually sees them before they're posted because I usually have a ton of questions for him about why he done something. But yeah, so I don't know. I gotta find a way to reward you guys. We'll probably do something. Might blow something up.
I got ideas.
You got ideas? What do you want to blow up?
I don't know.
Or should we just announce it whenever it's blown up?
We'll do that.
We'll just announce it when it's blown up.
Yeah, we gotta give them that suspense on where they gonna blow up.
It's gotta be blown up. Oh my. Also, I guess I'll just go ahead and say this now, but I have gotten a couple of demos that we're gonna do this spring, probably in the fall too, and just a couple different things.
I like how you say we. It's you.
Well, Ross will actually get to run one of them. He will. We're not gonna announce what it is yet, but Ross will get to run one of them. So, yeah, just keep posted for that. This spring planting is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be insane. I actually got good cameras and stuff, so we'll be able to get this done. I got a drone. I got all kinds of stuff. So thank you guys for that. I really do appreciate you guys. That would not have happened without you. And yeah, so I guess that's where we'll go ahead and end this video, because I know that I've gotten kind of a little bit loopy about it and taken forever. But yeah, Haggie tank is over there, not on there. And hog head on axle is not on axle anymore. That was a rather interesting job. If you know, them things are really heavy too, so you might want to watch out if you ever take one off yourself. They're very sketchy taken apart because they're sealed, and whenever they come off, they finally just pop up, and it kind of scares you for a minute. So anyways, guys, I can't thank you guys enough. 10,000 subscribers, that's crazy for me. I don't know, maybe I'm just insane. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Follow the farm Instagram, Facebook page. And I guess...
See you the next one.